What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be giving you guys a quick rundown on how to speed run the Dr. Dre missions and get yourself about $1 million in roughly an hour. Now, in order to really speed run through this, you are going to need an oppressor Mark II, preferably a vigilante if you do have one, or a Hakucho drag is also fine, and a railgun will really come in handy. And to really speed things up, you will need living accommodations in your agency, just so that you spawn there every time you reset from a mission. So this is how you get to your agency to see if you have the living accommodations. If you don't have it, it's only a couple $100,000, and this will make sure you spawn in your agency just to start up the missions really fast. And also make sure you set your spawn location to the agency in preferences. Now the very first mission is very easy. Just take your oppressor and fly over to the location. I like to be pretty stealthy on some James Bond shit for this mission, which I will show you guys here in just a second. There are 11 total Dr. Dre missions with 3 parts, 2 missions for each part and a finale, and then 2 final missions. And again, for this first mission, I like to be pretty stealthy. I go for headshots and take the people out so that they don't notice the dead bodies. And this way I don't have everyone just charging at me, and it just makes it a lot easier for me. So again, the first mission is pretty light work. Just take everyone out and take the tape back to the agency. Now I see a lot of people waste a bunch of time on the second mission. This mission takes you to a dock to steal a boat. You can actually skip through all of that. Just head over to your associate at the front desk and click the SUV service to the airport. Now, once you are at the airport, just go ahead and request your oppressor. And you're going to want to fly over to these 2 spots on the map so you can directly skip driving the boat to the yacht and just fly over there instead. Make sure to stay low to the water when you are approaching so you don't get shot down, and try to land as soon as possible. Hopefully you land a little bit better than I did in this clip, but go ahead and take out the guards and then make your way to the very top to this room. And make sure to unlock the main door and disable the air defenses if you do want to fly out with your oppressor. Once you go inside, you're going to need to take a picture of some evidence to send to Imani. Now it can be in about 2 locations. I always check the very top first, and it is sometimes on this desk right here. And if it is not there, you're going to have to go downstairs. And downstairs, make sure to check the rooms, but it is usually in this room right here. Once you send the picture to Imani, just be careful because 2 extra guards spawn in the front once you're making your way out. Once you are outside, I do recommend shooting down these 2 helicopters that spawn because they will gun you down, and once you take care of them, you're free to just fly away. Try to fly in a zigzag though because more will spawn and they have machine guns that shred the fuck out of you. Once you pass the mission, go ahead and find a new lobby to spawn back at the agency. And for the part 1 finale, I do recommend calling your vigilante ahead of time and also stocking up on armor before you start the mission. Now there isn't really much to this final mission, you're basically just shooting a bunch of people and driving away, but I am going to show you guys a quick shortcut to save you on some time. Once you get to the basement of the nightclub, you're just going to want to shoot this guy in the front and then take the stairs behind you. And with this, you're saving time by not killing as many people. You just kill the guards that are in front of you, run for the bag, and run back. Once you make your way back to the agency, you're officially done with the first part of the Dre missions. Now for the first mission of the second part, we are going to fast travel again, but this time to Chumash, and make sure you have an oppressor ready. Once you arrive at the location, it's pretty straightforward. Just take out the cameras, you're going to hack into the door, and just kill the guards that are inside. Once you are finished hacking the computer inside, just go ahead and blow yourself up because Imani is going to keep yapping and yapping, so you just go ahead and skip all that. After that, go ahead and grab your oppressor and fly over to the location, and instead of following the limo, you're just going to park in front of it and kill the driver, saving you a whole bunch of time. And just in case you can't find the limo, sometimes it does spawn in this area here, so just make sure to double check. So once you grab the wallet, you just fly back to the agency and you are done with the first mission. Now the second mission is also pretty easy. You're just going to fly to the location, take out all the guards, and just drive back with the lawyer. I do suggest just flying over with your oppressor, and then once you take out all the guards, it does show you the location of the lawyer, so don't bother really wasting your time looking through everyone. He is pretty easy to spot because he's always surrounded by a couple guards, and he's always behind a piece of furniture or a chair. Once you stun him and drive away, they do usually block the front entrance with cars, so I like to take this little back route. And that's it for the second mission, pretty straightforward. Now for the finale, I'm going to show you guys how to save a bunch of time. You're going to want to drive over to the mansion, and once you are at the front gate to the mansion, you are going to call over your vigilante. Now this is one of the missions that a lot of people struggle on, so make sure you have a lot of body armor and snacks to go around so you can heal up during gunfights. Make sure to be sneaky as you're going inside because a lot of enemies are going to spawn here, so make your way inside the mansion and make sure you do walk by the DJ because this will cue the next part of the mission. Now once you've done that, go ahead and jump up on this ledge right here. This is a good vantage point you have here to shoot down the helicopter later on, and also to shoot down the guards while maintaining cover. Eventually, you're going to be instructed to just fuck up the whole party. Make sure to just stay at this vantage point to blow everything up, and to shoot down everyone. This is also where the railgun really comes in handy, because a helicopter is going to spawn to shoot you down, and you will also use it to shoot down the billionaire once he runs away. Now the next part is pretty tricky, but once the cutscene cues, go ahead and aim up at the sky with your railgun, and you're going to want to shoot the helicopter. It's going to take about 3 shots, so you have to have really good aim. If you weren't able to do this with the railgun, that's also why we called the Vigilante, because we just chase it down with the Vigilante and shoot it down with the homing missiles. If you are successful in damaging the helicopter fully, go ahead and just blow yourself up. This will completely just skip a sequence of you following it and will directly spawn you right next to it. Once you do spawn, just kill the billionaire, drive back to the agency, and you are officially done with part 2. Now the third part for the missions is pretty straightforward. You do not really need a special vehicle for this part. If you do have an oppressor, you can just save time by flying over, but regardless, they'll make you get into a different vehicle. Also, Vernon is the longest part of these missions because he takes just so fucking long. Now the only way to really save time in this first mission is to just call off the cops, which you are able to do once you get those 2 stars. Once you complete the mission, you're going to spawn in front of a garage. Just make sure to find a new lobby just to spawn back at the agency. Now the second mission is also pretty straightforward. You do not need a special vehicle, but you can call an oppressor or vigilante to shoot homing missiles at the Ballas. Once all the Ballas run away, you'll just follow Vernon into a garage, and that's pretty much it for the mission. And for the finale, does not really matter what kind of car you use, but I always just go with a trusty vigilante. So the first part of the mission is pretty straightforward. You just shoot down all the enemies that are in front of you. And then the second part is kind of tricky, but if you're able to turn around in time to shoot the driver, you can just completely skip the chasing scene. Now I have noticed that if you have another player with you, they usually have a better angle to shoot the driver. And if you aren't able to catch him, no worries, just chase him down in your car and shoot him down, and then drive the lowrider back to the agency. Now for the second to last mission, you're going to want to go ahead and call in your vigilante. We're just going to use this to take out everyone in front of the location, and then once you're inside, you're basically just going to shoot everybody, and that's pretty much it. Now once you are inside of the studio, do be very careful because a lot of them have shotguns, so make sure you are putting on your body armor and eating snacks between the gunfights. And one glitch I've noticed for this mission is that sometimes the enemy spawns in a room you can't access, so I just put a sticky bomb on the wall to take care of him. And that's pretty much it for this mission. You're going to have to watch this about 8-minute cutscene if you haven't already completed the Dr. Dre missions. But once you have completed it for the first time, you can go ahead and just skip this. And finally, we are on the final mission. I always just use the Vigilante, but you could really use any other car or a motorcycle. What you're going to want to do is once you drive to the location, you're going to lock on to an enemy, either with the Vigilante or a homing missile. You're going to keep your distance and shoot it, and this is going to cue the cutscene and directly spawn you on the spot. So just stay in this little place you spawn in, and once you're done taking out all the enemies, it's going to have you drive to the airport. Now, once you do make it to the hangar, do make sure you have on some body armor and also heal up between gunfights. But all we're going to do is blow up this gas tank to our left, and sometimes you might notice that the enemies will shoot at it and it will just blow up anyways. Now, once it is blown up, you'll be able to jump up on top of it, and we're going to use that to our advantage to just skip this whole gunfight sequence in the hangar. And keep in mind, if it doesn't let you jump at first or if it glitches out, just jump back down and try it again and it should let you through. Now you're going to make your way over to these stairs to shoot down Johnny, and he does have a shotgun, so be very careful, and also try to take out some enemies that are nearby because they will all shoot at you at once. And again, I had to put on more body armor because they do all shoot at you at the same time, so be very careful not to die here. Once you do knock him down, it will make you pick him up, and that will cue the next cutscene. You should be able to skip the cutscene, and after that, all you're doing is just dropping off Dr. Dre. And that wraps things up once you drop him off. Quick and easy way to make your $1 million. Wait, what the fuck? And with that, we wrap things up, and that's how we get our $1 million in just about an hour. So make sure you guys do. Man, fuck. Alright guys, but in all seriousness, that's going to wrap things up for how you can make your $1 million in just about an hour. This one took me about an hour and 20 minutes if I wasn't fucking around and wasting time. But you can do this in just about an hour if you do everything right. Now, do keep in mind, if you are on console, make sure to have full aim assist on. That's really going to help you lock onto targets and take them out a whole lot faster. Also, do keep in mind that it is a 48-minute cooldown if you're doing this solo. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you found this helpful, make sure to drop a like and maybe subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And drop a like for more smoke detector cameos.